I'm not even exaggerating when I say this, something happened in that moment that didn't feel real. Like, when your brain just refuses to process what your eyes are seeing? Yeah, that exact feeling. Because 1 second, it was just another incredible performance, and the next, everything changed. The lights were already glowing soft gold across the venue, right? That warm, almost dreamlike hue wrapping around the stage like it was protecting something sacred. And there he was, Park Jimin, standing there, breathing slightly heavier after the last move, chest rising and falling, hair catching the light just enough to make it look unreal. And you could feel it. That shift. Not loud. Not explosive. Just subtle. Quiet. But powerful. Have you ever felt a crowd go from screaming to completely locked in less than a second? Because that's what happened. At first, it was chaos as fans screaming, waving, crying, trying to hold on to every second of him being right there. But then, Jimin slowed down. His movements softened. He wasn't dancing anymore. He wasn't performing in that big, larger-than-life way. He was just there. Looking. Scanning the crowd like he was searching for something. Or someone. And honestly, can we talk about that for a second? Because how does he do that? How does he make a stadium with thousands of people feel like he's looking at just one person? You could see it in his eyes. That focus. That softness. That almost curiosity. And this is where everything starts building, but not in the way you expect. Because it wasn't instant. He didn't just walk over and give anything away. No. He let the moment breathe. He let the tension grow. He let everyone wonder. What is he about to do? And then, he smiled. Not the big, playful performance smile. Not the teasing grin we all know. This was different. Smaller. Softer. Almost personal. And the crowd felt it. You could literally hear the shift, like a wave pulling back before crashing. People started noticing. Phones lifted higher. Screams turned into gasps. And right at the edge of the stage, there was this one fan. At first, you wouldn't even notice them. Just another face in the crowd, right? But Jimin noticed. And that's the part that gets me every time, because out of everyone, he saw them. He took a step closer. Then another. And suddenly, everything else faded. The lights. The music. The noise. It was like the entire world narrowed down to this one tiny space between him and that fan. You guys, the fan didn't even realize it at first. They were still cheering, still overwhelmed, probably thinking this was just another moment they'd replay in their head later. But then Jimin crouched down slightly, just enough to lower himself closer. And that's when it hit. That moment of realization. You know that exact second when someone goes from smiling to completely frozen because they understand what's happening? Yeah, that. The fan's hands started shaking. Like actually shaking. You could see it even from afar. Their mouth slightly open, eyes wide, trying to process something their heart had already accepted before their brain could catch up. And Jimin, he just watched. Softly. Patiently. Almost like he was waiting for them to catch up to the moment. But here's where it gets even more unreal, because that wasn't even the moment that broke everyone. No, not yet. He reaches behind him. And for a split second, you don't understand what he's doing. There's this tiny pause, this almost invisible hesitation. And then. The jersey. That 95 jersey. Official. Real. The kind of merch fans dream about but never imagine actually touching, let alone receiving from him directly. And suddenly the energy explodes. But not in a chaotic way. It's emotional. It's raw. It's overwhelming. The crowd loses it, but at the same time, there's this strange silence underneath it all, like everyone is witnessing something too personal to fully react to. And the fan? They're crying. Not just tearing up. Not just overwhelmed. Crying. Like their entire body is trying to release everything at once. And Jimin notices that too. Of course he does. He always does. So what does he do? Does he just hand it over quickly and move on? No. Of course not. He slows down even more. He leans in slightly, closer than before, and gently places the jersey into their hands. Not throws. Not drops. Places. Carefully. Intentionally. Like it means something. Like they mean something. And you guys, this is the part that absolutely shattered people. Because right after that, he didn't pull away immediately. He stayed. For just a second longer. Looking at them. Smiling. That same soft smile, but deeper this time. And tell me, how is anyone supposed to survive that? How is anyone supposed to go back to normal after that kind of moment? But wait, because it doesn't end there. And honestly, this next part? This is what people keep replaying over and over again. Because just when you think the moment is over, just when you think he's about to stand up and move on, he does something so small, but so powerful. He nods. Just once. A tiny, almost invisible nod. But it felt like everything. Like a silent message. Like he was saying, I see you. And the fan. They completely break. Hands covering their face, shoulders shaking, overwhelmed beyond words. And the people around them? They're crying too. Strangers hugging each other, pointing, shouting, unable to believe what they just witnessed. And Jimin finally stands up. But even then, he doesn't rush. He takes one last look. One last glance back. And then he walks away, back into the lights, back into the performance, back into that larger-than-life presence. But something has changed. And you can feel it. The energy is different now. It's deeper. More emotional. Because that wasn't just a gift. It wasn't just merch. It wasn't just a lucky moment. It was connection. Real, human, undeniable connection. And you can see it in the way he moves afterward. Still graceful. Still powerful. But there's something softer woven into it now. Something warmer. Like a piece of that moment stayed with him too. And the crowd. They're not the same either. Every cheer feels louder. Every chant feels more emotional. Like everyone just realized, this isn't just a concert. It never was. It's something more. Something you feel in your chest. Something that stays with you long after the lights go out. And honestly, can we even talk about how rare that is? In a world where everything feels fast, distant, filtered. He creates moments like this. Real ones. Moments where time slows down. Where everything fades except what truly matters. And you keep thinking about it. Replaying it. That exact second when everything shifted. That moment when a simple jersey became something unforgettable. Because it wasn't about the 95. It wasn't about the merch. It was about being seen. Being chosen. Being remembered. And even now, if you close your eyes for a second, you can still feel it, can't you? That energy. That silence before the moment. That breath held in anticipation. And that explosion of emotion right after. Like something inside you just changed.